everybody, it's Dr. Sandman. I hope that all of you are doing great. So today I'm doing another first impressions of, I think it's an oracle. I would not call this a tarot because I've seen sample cards of this one and I don't think it's a tarot deck. So this is the Symbolon or Symbolon, the deck of Remembrance. And it is created by Peter Orban, Ingrid Zinnel, and Theo Weller. On the back, it says, this deck reaches the memories of the soul. Astrology, personal insights, and symbolism in daily life are revealed through the cards. Constantly changing combinations of cards disclose the whole range of human experience. There are 78 cards. So we do have a guidebook, and a very lengthy guidebook, which I think is helpful considering this is not a tarot deck, I think. So this is what the back of the cards looks like. It's like a faux metallic gold finish, and it has like these two winged folks in the center. They're a nice size. This is the pocket edition, I think. So they're a little bit smaller than your standard size deck, which I like because it's easier for me to shuffle. And so yeah, I'm very excited. So yeah, it's also matte, which I love. So they have like astrological symbols in the corners. So this one looks very much like Venus or Aphrodite, and Venus is the symbol of Taurus, which we have this Taurus symbol in the corner. We have Hermes. None of these have names at the bottom as well. And then we have a goddess who has, those are irises on her dress. She has a child. Then we have an emperor. It is a little reminiscent of a tarot deck. There are some cards that are that remind me of symbolism, common symbolism in tarot though. And we have a veiled person who looks like they're giving an offering, and they have an abundance of food, a bountiful harvest, if you will. Then we have the, is that the caduceus or the rod of Asclepius? I think it's the caduceus. And then we have these two people who are dancing. Ooh, and then we have like a vampire demonic figure who has the inverted pentagram. Yeah, pentagram. He's coming out of these flames. Very cool. And we have a card that reminds me of the Hierophant. No, it's not the Hierophant. And then we have a card that reminds me of the Hermit, but also Death. Okay, this is a monk. He's got an hourglass and a skull at his feet. A card that reminds me of the Fool. We have a Jester. And the king puppet is falling out of his bindle. Interesting. Card that reminds me of Temperance. Okay. It's very reminiscent of tarot. I'll give it that. Then we have a spoiled child who broke his toys and is going away from who I assume is his mother. And we have this person who is facing the mirror with two possibilities. Motherhood and extravagance. I pick extravagance, thank you. Then we have Hermes comforting this damsel. We have Adam and Eve. We have mother tending to a child in a cradle. I don't know the implications of this card. Are they drowning the child? Did they find it? Like, what's happening? Oh, this is a sacrifice. This is in fact a sacrifice. That's interesting. That's rough. All right, I have another duality card. a crestfallen woman. Not a lot of diversity in this deck. Then we have an androgynous figure who is emerging from an egg. A person in a... Oh, there's two hands in the cloud reaching out to each other, like an adult hand and an infant's hand, and somebody in a glass coffin. Two soldiers duking it out. A queen or an empress. She's an apple. Then we have something. A pious man, a king going to sleep. Family. An alchemist. It looks like a person is being created within the beaker. What it feels like to chew 5 gum. The myth of Sisyphus. Nah, he's not rolling it up, he's carrying it up. Then we have, oh, a reveal. The gesture is making the king confront his reflection. Interesting. Then we have Buddha. Is this Adam and Eve? I don't know. And we have, oh, someone's been convicted of something. We have somebody in the, I don't know what it's called, but like the lock that locks your head in your hands. And we have a unicorn being hunted, I think. These are really deep in their symbolism, which is right in the title, but I think that these are going to be very easy to interpret. I'm interested to read the guidebook. And then we have a lonely vampire. Poor guy. We have... Ooh, is this town on fire? Looks like it. He's coming to the rescue. Trying to take out Excalibur. Okay, there's a lot to dive into here. There's mushrooms, there's a cave, there's this jester who looks like he's he's either dancing and being an idiot, or he's like actually like stepping into the fire. And then we have what looks like a tortoise observing this whole situation and doing nothing about it. Then we have Joan of Arc. No, I'm kidding. But some kind of vision or apparition. Then we have, what is she holding? Is that a box? Then we have 2 Goyle friends. We have a woman counting her money. A caged royalty. A marionette, a beautiful marionette. I don't know if they're giving, yes, okay, so they are giving gifts to this person who could be the Messiah, could be royalty, it's kind of unclear. Then we have a monk / shepherd who is one with the animal dominion. This guy is kind of letting his pal go off into treacherous waters. We have another apparition, or maybe like yeah, because these are fairies, while someone is gardening. Somebody, is he playing chess with himself? That's sad. Before they invented solitaire. Then we have these people with a dog. The Pied Piper. Lots of familiar symbols. This person who is cleaning cups. I don't know. I don't really know what they're up to. Oof. We have someone who is injured. They have a splint on their leg. Another card that reminds me of the Fool, not watching where you're going. Another card that reminds me of the Lovers. We have two people who were basically equals. They are almost identical, and there's a angel or angelic figure blessing the situation. And then we have someone chopping wood, doing some laundry. I don't know what that accent was. Oh, goddamn. Okay, so this person is punishing themselves. There's a picture in the background of two swords entering a heart. She's guilty, I guess. We have someone being haunted. Yes. Okay, we have Medusa. Love that for us. We have Medusa punishing someone who probably deserves it. We have a little game, a little memory game. Kind of like an unhappy marriage, maybe. They're cuffed together and they have a spirit kind of, neither one of them looks happy. And there's a spirit kind of looming over them. And we have these two folks going to this building. We have what I assume is a grieving widow. We have a person flying on, is that a herring or like a stork? Oh, separated. But there's a rainbow. Goddamn. Okay, so we have the inverted cross and the inverted pentacle and people getting together for a party. This man who is surrounded by stone people and some kind of creature in a cave. We have a phoenix. A two-headed angel demon. One has a plate or a painting of a scene, like a nature scene, and the other one's holding an egg. There's a snake on the tree behind the demonic one, which is reminiscent of the serpent in the Garden of Eden. And then we have someone doing their confessionals. There's a lot of Christian imagery in this one. We have another fool jumping from cliff to cliff. Jester, you've done it again. Then we have, I don't know what's happening here. Then we have, well, finally, someone caught him. After all the ruckus he's been making, we have someone doing a craft. I'm not really sure what this is supposed to be representative of. And then lastly, we have a stained glass window representing a cup. What do I have to say about this deck? I don't know. I think this deck is very interesting. It's kind of hard for me to determine if it's going to be easy to work with. I think I'd have to read the guidebook first, but a lot of the symbols are very intuitive, so I don't think that I would have to study the guidebook. I think I would just have to read it to really get like a grasp on it, and then I could get going, because all the symbols are very familiar and very intuitive. So let's shuffle it. Shuffles just fine. Love that. So shuffles very well. Would I recommend this to a beginner? Absolutely not. Actually, maybe if you're not dead set on reading tarot specifically, this might be a good option, because a lot of the symbols are very intuitive, and they aren't like really complex. Well, they're complex in the fact that they're layered, but they're not complex in the sense that they're like difficult to understand. Like I could tell like what most of the cards were trying to get across meaning wise. So maybe, who knows? It's kind of hard for me. That also makes it kind of hard for me to rate. I'll give it a 6.5 because there were a few cards where I was like, I don't even know what's happening here, but I'm sure that after I read the guidebook it will make more sense. So if this is something that after like, you know, after a certain amount of time of using it and reading the guidebook and like just trial and error and figuring it out, might give it a much higher score, but as a first impressions, I'm gonna give it a 6.5. The artwork is very beautiful. I'm very fond of the size of the cards. They shuffle nicely, so yeah, we're getting a 6.5. Thank you so much for watching. If you have something nice to say, please leave it in a comment, or give this video a thumbs up. Subscribe for more videos. I have an entire playlist on my channel that is Tarot, Lenormand, and Oracle, in case you want more content dealing with divinatory decks, and I will leave all of my social media and links in the description below. Bye.